Hi, everybody. Welcome to Women in Retail Talks, the podcast where C-suite executive women in the retail space share their stories of professional growth, leadership development, personal journeys, and more. I'm Melissa Campanelli, the co-founder of Women in Retail Leadership Circle, a membership-based community of executive women at leading retailers and brands. And joining me today live at the 2023 Outstanding Mother Award celebration at the Pierre Hotel in New York City is Tracey Travis, the Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer of Estée Lauder Companies. Today we'll be discussing Tracey's career journey, the importance of continuous learning, her leadership style, and of course, what she loves about being a mom. Welcome, Tracey.
Thank you, Melissa. It's great to be here.
Perfect. So why don't we start with you sort of telling us a little bit about your background and your current role at Estée Lauder.
Sure. Well, my goodness, I always say that I've had, an incredible career journey. I started my career as an engineer at General Motors and made my way into retail and fashion and beauty. Worked for about a decade at Pepsi. And then worked at Limited Brands, Ralph Lauren, and here at Estée Lauder. I've had a number of different roles in my career as general manager, strategy, finance, and I'm currently the Chief Financial Officer at Estée Lauder Companies. I'm responsible for finance, strategy, transformation, IT, investor relations, and a few other areas.
Just a few things.
Yes.
So that sort of takes me to my next question, which is, what do you love most about your job? It sounds like you have so many different, your hands in so many different areas. It's probably exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, no, Melissa, that's one of the things that I do love about my job, the fact that there is such variety. I mean, one day we're working on, right now, we're working on our 10-year compass, which is a 10-year outlook of the prestige beauty industry, and what are the biggest opportunities for us in the industry. We are also working on our corporate strategy for the next 3 years. What are the growth, areas that we're going to focus on? What are our brand growth strategies, et cetera? The day-to-day operations of finance and IT, artificial intelligence, and how are we going to think about testing in certain areas. So it really is a broad variety of roles that I get to be involved in as the CFO of the company.
So you've mentioned in the past, I've read some research about you, that you've been, it's critically important to be continuously learning, even in a senior position. I think sometimes people don't think that. They think that once you get to a certain level, you're good to go. So can you talk a little bit more about that? Why do you think that? And can you kind of sort of talk to some examples of how that sort of manifested itself maybe recently or in the past few years?
Yeah, no. First of all, I'm a very inquisitive person, so I've always loved learning, and so I've always sought roles that really require that you keep up to date with what's going on. When you think about prestige beauty and the change that's happened just in the consumer industry over the last several years, the change in the influence of social media, how consumers shop for beauty products, the experiences that they're looking for, how technology actually helps a business not only reach and create experiences for consumers, but also helps from a productivity standpoint in a business. So, I think a bit of it's the engineer, the geek in me, that certainly likes to really understand all of the things that will drive continuous improvement in the business and continuous opportunities. So, I spend certainly a lot of time reading, but also, I am involved, I'm on a couple of boards, that helps me in terms of external learning. I'm involved in some external groups as well that keep, us up to date in terms of, what's happening from a geopolitical standpoint. I'm on the board of the Council on Foreign Relations.
Wow.
So, really broad in terms of, opportunities that help keep me up to date. In terms of what's contemporary and what's driving business. And, certainly, co-leading strategy and transformation with our CEO, that's important as we're driving the strategy for the company.
Yeah, I'm sure it's extremely important for you it's great that you're curious and you have that background to naturally be curious to help you as a leader.
Yes, absolutely.
So can you discuss some maybe pivotal moments in your career trajectory that you feel like helped you move up the ladder?
Yeah. I think one of the things so certainly intellectual curiosity
Yes,
has
there
helped
you
me,
go.
that learning, willingness and desire to continuously learn. The most pivotal moment, and there have been many, I've had a very fortunate career, was when I was approached, I was in a CFO role and was approached about being a general manager. I was a division CFO at the time. And, and there was a business that really needed a turnaround. My background at that time had been engineering and strategy and finance, but not general management. So it was my first role actually managing a P&L. It was, pivotal because for many reasons. First of all, it really took me out of my comfort zone, managing day-to-day operations. It was a production facility, it was a distribution facility, and it was a sales organization. And it was a P&L to manage. And this, business was an underperforming business. And it really was about leadership. I mean, it was about, where are the opportunities in the business? Who are the leaders, on my team that actually could help us get there, and really providing that direction to the business. So, and it was one of the most rewarding because, we took a business that had been a bottom performer in this particular company and made it a top performer, and that was really, fantastic teamwork and, and insight and motivation. And so it really taught me an awful lot about leadership and how to motivate a team to deliver outstanding results.
Wow, that's great. It's definitely part of about the team as well, right?
Yes.
So let's see. I'm going to jump ahead. So we're here at the Mother's Day Awards.
Yes.
So first of all, tell me about your kids and
Yes.
what do you love about being a mom?
Oh my goodness. So, I was an only child.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I had no brothers and sisters. I was the youngest of, 5 grandchildren. So, being a new mom was certainly an incredible new experience for me that I absolutely love. I mean, anyone who is a parent knows that you really can't describe the joy of being a parent until you become a parent.
Yeah.
And so I have 2 daughters now. They are almost 26 and almost 30. And they're both here today, along with my oldest daughter got married last year. My younger daughter gets married this year. They are just beautiful, beautiful young ladies. And they have really been on this career journey with me. We've moved around a lot.
Yeah.
Alex was born in New York. Adrian was born in Michigan. We moved to Chicago. We lived in Columbus, Ohio before we lived in New York. And so it really has been, they have gone to stores with me. When I worked for Pepsi, we went to grocery stores. They helped me re-merchandise shelves. When I was in retail at Limited Brands, we went to malls. We checked stores. So they've really grown up in retail and fashion in particular with me throughout my career, and it's been absolutely wonderful. So I loved watching them grow and develop into the beautiful young women that they are today.
That's beautiful. Are they any of them in the retail industry?
No, my oldest daughter has just defended her dissertation for her PhD in school psychology, and she's working with kids with special needs.
Oh, that's
and my younger daughter is a consultant, so she worked for a prestigious law firm for 2 years, and now she's working for a prestigious consulting firm. But she is doing some retail consulting, so there has been some influence in terms of the career that I've had and what they've been exposed to.
That's wonderful. So finally, what are you most looking forward to personally and professionally as the year rounds out?
Oh my goodness. Personally, I'm looking forward to my younger daughter's wedding, Adrian's wedding in August. And professionally, it's been a very busy year. I'm actually looking forward to a vacation. And traveling again. I mean, we really are focused at Estée Lauder, with the pandemic and certainly the limitations that we've had in terms of visiting our employees. I'm really looking forward to getting out back on the road and seeing our overseas operations, and that's something that we've started to do, which is critically important as well.
Yeah, people are still excited about travel. It's been a few years since COVID, but I still feel like that's what most people say. They just are happy to be back out again and traveling. So, okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Tracey. It was great to meet you and chat with you, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please go to womeninretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review our show. Lastly, if you're a female retail leader interested in joining our community at Women in Retail Leadership Circle, visit womeninretail.com/apply. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.